In Rome, a woman who wanted to be a doctor had to become a male. In the 2nd century AD, Metrodora did just that, and it transformed the course of medicine in Rome forever. But what did the empire do when they found out who she was? Rome in 117 AD, after the death of Emperor Trajan, scholars from all over the empire were coming to Rome since the new emperor, Hadrian, had just taken the throne. One of them was a young man from Greece. This strange doctor named Demetra knew more about women's ailments than anyone else. Strange, said Antonius Cassius, Rome's senior physician. This young man knows more about women's bodies than male doctors do. It seems like, but he wasn't able to continue his sentence. There was a taboo in Rome that said women couldn't be doctors. Midwives and female healers might be, but none of them could go to school to become doctors. The real tale of Metrodora was far more difficult. She grew up in a little town close to Constantinople. Her father was a priest at the temple of Asclepius, and he taught her about medicine from a young age. But women couldn't get through these doors throughout the Roman Empire. "Father," she remarked when she was 16, "I want to help people get better too." "But how? Roman law is clear," her father answered regretfully. "Only women can be midwives. But maybe there is another way." That other way changed Metrodora's life forever. She cut her hair and started dressing like a man. It wasn't hard for her to change because her voice was naturally deep. Her relatives gave her the name Mitron, which was the name of a male cousin who had died. The medical school at Ephesus was where she got her first training. There, she learned from Galen students and did secret research on the anatomy of women. But her secret identity gave her real skills because she could work with female patients one-on-one. The women of Ephesus said, "This young doctor is different. She gets us and doesn't make us feel bad. She acts like a woman." When Metrodora heard these things, she was both thrilled and scared, because there was always a chance that her mask may drop. The city was in the middle of a terrible epidemic when she got there in 125 AD. Doctors couldn't do anything about a strange sickness that was spreading among women. This was Metrodora's big break. The health official for the Roman Senate reported, "Empress Sabina, the wife of Emperor Hadrian, is also sick. Our greatest doctors can't find a cure. Let's give this young Greek woman a try." Metrodora quickly diagnosed Empress Sabina with pelvic inflammatory illness after looking at her, but to help her, she had to do something that no male doctor had done before. She had to really talk to her female patient. Metrodora stated, "Your Majesty, I need to ask you some personal questions, but only we ladies can get what they mean." The Empress was shocked by these words. "Women, you are a guy." "No, Your Majesty," Metrodora answered softly. "I am a woman, like you. That's why I can really help you." This confession produced a profound shock in the Roman palace. But Empress Sabina was a smart woman. She agreed to Metrodora's treatment and got better rapidly. Sabina said to her husband, Hadrianus, "This woman is doing miracles. We have to keep her safe." So, Emperor Hadrian gave Metrodora special protection. She didn't have to disguise the fact that she was a woman anymore, but she could still work as a doctor. During this time, Metrodora changed Roman medicine in a big way. A woman doctor meticulously gathered information regarding women's ailments for the first time. Her work was groundbreaking in the field of women's health. The most important thing she made was a medical tool called a speculum. This tool made it easier to find out what diseases ladies have. She also came up with ways to make childbirth less complicated. Galen, a great Roman doctor, stated, "This woman is teaching us things that men will never learn." But Metrodora's success made others in conservative circles angry. Some senators said that what she was doing was against nature. "Is it possible for a woman to be a doctor?" Senator Marcus Brutus yelled, "This goes against Roman custom." Metrodora made an important choice during these talks. She would not only be a doctor, but also a teacher. She started delivering medical training to young women in secret. There were 12 young women going to this secret medical school. Not formally, of course. They pretended to be taking housewife lessons. But in actuality, they were studying anatomy, pharmacology, and surgery. One of her students, Claudia, said, "Madam, how will we use this knowledge? Will we also wear men's clothes?" "No," Metrodora said. "You will heal by being yourself." Because the way is now clear. Metrodora was in a lot of trouble when Emperor Hadrian died in 138 AD. Would the new emperor Antoninus Pius know who she was? Antoninus wisely chose to keep Hadrian's policies in place. He went even further and gave Metrodora the official title of medicus. In Roman history, this was the first time a woman received an official medical degree. The emperor remarked, "Metrodora is now the official female doctor of Rome. Other skilled women like her can also work in this field." This choice had a big effect on Roman society. Women may now go to medical school and become doctors. There were, of course, some limits. They could only treat women and couldn't do surgery, but even this was a big deal for the period. The best thing Metrodora did was write the book on women's diseases. This was the first organized study of women's health. It went into great detail about every subject, such as pregnancy, childbirth, menstrual problems, and illnesses. In the beginning of her book, she noted, "The female body is different from the male body. This distinction is not just physical, it is also spiritual. To heal a woman, you must first get to know her." This method started a new trend in Roman medicine. Doctors started to perceive patients as people, not simply bodies. Metrodora's personal life was very interesting. She married Marcus Aurelius when she was 45. He was also a doctor. It was really strange for the period that both people in this marriage worked in the same field. Marcus said, "People think we're strange, but I admire how smart you are. We are better doctors when we work together." When Metrodora died at the age of 63, she left behind more than just medical achievements. She also started a social revolution. Because of her, hundreds of women became doctors in Rome. The words Metrodora Prima, Medicorum, Feminarum, the first of female doctors, were carved into her tombstone, but her classmates wrote the following below it: "The woman who took off the mask and told the truth." Metrodora's narrative is one of the most daring in Roman history. She didn't only do well in her job, she broke down social barriers and made things easier for future generations. Her legacy lives on to this day because she proved that real skill doesn't depend on gender. To change traditions, you sometimes have to follow them first. Did you realize that there are currently more women than men in modern medical schools? A woman who disguised like a male and became a doctor in the 2nd century AD planted the germ for this development. What impossible jobs are waiting for tomorrow's